There's so much to learn from Parshas Balak and the personality and the legacy of a Bilam HaRasha, but let's just focus on a few messages that I think we could take to heart. First, the extreme personality of Bilam and combining, integrating two mutually exclusive personality traits and extremes. On the one hand, he is the person who's Yodea Das Elyon, somehow has a brilliant insight into the divine. And yet, at the same time, he's Tamus Mos Im Yesharim. He wants to be buried with the other. So we see that that's one side of his personality. But on the other extreme, he's the lowest of the low in so many ways, immoral. In many ways, his anti-Semitism and his actions are bestial. But a human being is such that he can combine two extremes from one to the other. A second lesson that's also very profound in human psychology that we learn from Bilam is that not only in his own life does he practice immorality, but beyond that, he preaches immorality. As the Mishnah says in Avos, who are his Talmidim and what legacy does Bilam leave them? He leaves them a legacy that's absolutely distorted and immoral. And if someone believes in something, he's going to pass it on to his disciples. And a third very profound lesson that we derive from Bilam is that Bilam doesn't hear the message. Hashem is saying to him, I don't want you to go. And yet he wants to go. And he'll reinterpret God's divine message to fit what he thinks he wants and what's right. And that's what we are. We don't always hear what was being said. We hear what we want to hear. And Bilam is so sold on kavod. He wants more and more kavod. Balak, you didn't send me the best and the most prestigious officers. More. And that desire for kavod is out of bounds. It's incontrollable. But yet, despite it all, we do learn something very important from Bilam HaRasha, and that is that the Avos are called Yesharim. In fact, the Netziv Mivalozhin, in his introduction to Sefer Bereshis, says that another name for Bereshis is Sefer Yashar. It tells of the greatness of the Avos. And you and I would have said, well, there's so many things that the Avos are great about, but here the focus, the emphasis is on Yeshar, on Yashrus, of being upright, of being straight and honest. Yiratzon that we continue to learn the many, many messages of the Torah and take them to heart. Ken Yiratzon. Amen. Thank you.